Jim Beckwith reporting here once again. Michelle Obama's tantrum after inauguration just leaked, and it's bad. Remember how the Obamas were going to take a vacation together right after his inauguration? Well, that apparently didn't go according to plan. Turns out Michelle Obama had a meltdown and ended up leaving by herself on a private jet. Ooh, is she mad at the sodomite? The Obamas were scheduled to spend a few weeks in Palm Springs, California, but that all abruptly changed when Michelle was caught boarding a private jet alone. Barack was photographed visibly upset, leaving an exclusive Rancho Mirage golf course, and daughters Sasha and Malaya were nowhere to be found. Now we know why Michelle had a tantrum, demanding to leave, and you'll be peed off as she screws taxpayers again. Reports from Palm Springs say that the Obamas were upset over all the rain they had to endure. They envisioned a sun-soaked time after leaving the White House, but instead Mother Nature brought thunderstorms almost non-stop, and that really put Michelle in a foul mood. Oh, maybe it was the global warming or the global cooling. Above is Barry in deep thought after Michelle left him. Daily Mail reports on Friday low clouds covered the valley. Temperatures dropped to a chilly 50 degrees and Michelle left Barack. And rain flooded the streets of the city, not an ideal start to their vacation. The weather was so bad the government plane carrying the family was diverted to March Air Force Base some 44 miles away. Michelle never did leave the home of Spanish Ambassador James Costos and his partner Michael Smith, the gay couple the Obamas are friendly with, which leads us to many reasons to believe that maybe Michelle is Michael. As we continue with, especially since they live on an exclusive golf course. Since leaving the White House, the Obamas seem to be reduced to the charity of friends, and Michelle decided to leave after becoming tired of the Palm Springs rain for the previous 2 days. Michelle called on another one of their liberal billionaire friends, Richard Branson, who owns an island in the Caribbean, asking if she could come stay with him right away. She was caught boarding his private jet without Barack or her daughters. After Michelle arrived on Branson's, quote, Necker Island, the Obama's public relations hacks scrambled to say that Barack was on the plane too, but no one saw him, not even one of the many reporters following them around. Well, it seems that the lamestream media is now lying about the Obamas, and this time it's not good. Breaking news, President Trump confirms that the wall is coming. In his first interview as President Donald Trump confirms the wall is being built and construction should begin within months.
Are you going to direct U.S. funds to pay for this wall? Will American taxpayers pay for the wall?
Ultimately, it'll come out of what's happening with Mexico. We're going to be starting those negotiations relatively soon, and we will be in a form reimbursed by Mexico, which I've always said.
So they'll pay us back?
Yeah, absolutely, 100%.
So the American taxpayer will pay for the wall at first?
All it is we'll be reimbursed at a later date from whatever transaction we make from Mexico.
Mexico's president said in recent days that Mexico absolutely will not pay, adding that it goes against our dignity as a country and our dignity as Mexicans. He says...
Excuse me, let's see, number one. When I build a wall or a fence that's a community fence, just like this wall is, it's a community wall between two countries, do I expect my neighbor to pay everything? No. Right? So tell me, David Muir, why would you expect Mexico not to pay anything? Let's see, and Mexico's been taking billions of dollars from us per year in trade, and yet you think for some reason that Trump's going to have a problem of getting it? Ignorance, lies, and stupidity from David Muir.
Well,
Quite simply, they're not paying.
David, I think he has to say that. He has to say that. But I'm just telling you, there will be a payment. It will be in a form, perhaps a complicated form.
Can you get it through
have
your
to understand,
head,
what I'm
David?
doing is good for the United States. It's also going to be good for Mexico. We want to have a very stable, very solid Mexico.
When does construction begin?
As soon as we can, as soon as we can physically do it, we're...
Within a month?
Sorry to interrupt you, Sir Donald J. Trump, but yes, it's going to definitely be a more stable agreement, not only in trade, but not only that, also in not having migrants going back and forth, not having the guns go back and forth, and not having the drugs go back and forth. Yes.
I would say in months, yeah. I would say in months. Certainly planning is starting immediately.
But you notice that David Muir cut him off once he started talking about how it'd be a much more stable. Why? Because he didn't want to hear about that. It's just more good news. Because that's not part of the ABC News agenda. They don't want to hear good news. They only want to broadcast bad news from Donald J. Trump. And breaking news, Vice President Mike Pence swears in another cabinet member. The Senate voted Tuesday to confirm Nikki Haley as ambassador to the United Nations, making her the fourth member of the President Donald Trump's cabinet to be approved. Nikki Haley. It was my privilege to administer the oath of office to the new United States ambassador to the United Nations. We're going to pass on that, though. This is her right here. This is just a witness, I believe. Women's March organizer tied to terrorism. Yes, we reported on this already. One of the organizers behind Saturday's anti-Trump Women's March has been tied to the Palestinian terror group Hamas. Yes, through Old Bummer, through, I think his name is Bill Ayers, the communist Marxist. Linda Sarsour, also one of the organizers behind Saturday's Women's March being held in Washington, D.C., was recently spotted at a large Muslim convention in Chicago, posing for pictures with an accused financier for Hamas, the terrorist group. Sarsour, the head of the Arab American Association of New York and Obama White House champion of change, was speaking at last month's 15th annual convention of the Muslim American Society and Islamic Circle of North America. While there, she posed for a picture with Salah Sarsour. Of course, they're blacked out here. The others are. But this is Salah Sarsour, and this is Linda Sarsour, a member of the Islamic Society of Milwaukee and former Hamas operative who was jailed in Israel in 1990s because of his alleged work for the terrorist group. Time to get deported, Salah and Linda. Salah Sarsour, who is also a board member of the American Muslims for Palestine, served as a bodyguard of sorts at the convention for Sumay Erdogan Bayraktar, the daughter of Turkey's President Recep Tayyip Erdogan. Mark Zuckerberg answers if he's running for president in 2020. Do you care? I don't. With speculation mounting if Facebook guru Mark Zuckerberg would be running for POTUS in 2020, when asked if he would be, his answer was simple, no. NewYorkPost.com reports Mark Zuckerberg has scotched rumors that he's thinking about running for president in 2020. Facebook disclosed last year that the company's board has granted its 32-year-old chief executive the right to take time off for public service. More recently, Zuckerberg kicked off a 30-state tour of Middle America, and he has seemingly renounced his atheism, saying religion is important. Which religion is that? Buddhism? Anything but Christianity, according to you, since you seem to keep persecuting the Christians on your social media site. Nevertheless, no was the simple answer Zuckerberg gave this week when asked about a possible 2020 White House run. I'm focused on building our community at Facebook and working on the Chan Zuckerberg Initiative, he told BuzzFeed, referring to the $50 billion charity he launched last year with wife Priscilla Chan. Thank you for listening.